I'm Jonathan Silverman. I'm here to talk to you about social contract and existentialism. Social contract theory is the view that a person's moral and/or political obligations are dependent upon a contract or agreement among them to form the society in which they live. Although a majority of people are classified into the social contract, there are still people who do not fall into the social contract. Minorities are people who do not fall into the social contract. The treatment of minorities is seen as unequal than those who are not considered minorities, which is extremely unfair. For example, in Susan Bickford's article, Constructing Inequality, Bickford talks about gated communities and how the residential developments create segregation. The people inside these gated communities are isolated into their own small community. Susan Bickford states that this is the reason how gated communities lead to bias and discrimination, because it either allows the community to reject the type of people that they do not want, or allow the people that they do want. These gated communities tend to keep people with the same economic situation or race in the same area. This leads to another example of violating the social contract and existentialism, which is included in the information in the article Decent and Street Family by Elijah Anderson. Elijah Anderson describes a decent family as a typical middle-class family or upper-class family where the father has majority of the power in the family, which is also known as head of the house, and the parents are more strict rules because they want to blend into society and become successful. Street family is a stereotypical poor minority family living in a lower class area. These families do not have strict family rules and tend to be lenient. The more lenient they are, it leads to the kids becoming on the streets and committing crimes such as getting into fights, selling drugs, and so on. In the article Decent and Street Family, the boy Tyree, who was in a street community, grew up in a street family, he had to fight for the respect of his peers in the neighborhood. This showed a way to gain respect within the community, which was one of the unwritten laws where he lived, which is also known as a social contract. Typically, in a decent family and a decent community, you wouldn't have to fight for the respect of your peers in order to gain acceptance.